Shalom, shalom, shalom. Who are we? We are the Hebrew Israelites, and we come in to pull down the strongholds of what this people have been having on us for so long. We've been in chains, metaphorical yokes of iron every single day. We're under oppression every single day. We're under tyranny every single day, and we still don't get any rest. And it's only the Lord that can save us from this wicked place, because this place ain't right, it's wicked. There's things that are going on that shouldn't be going on in the sight of the Lord. The Lord hates abomination, and we as his people should hate it too. But now we've become accustomed to that abomination. That abomination's become second nature unto us, and that should never be. But without further ado, let me praise the Almighty, and I say, Brakatai Hawa,
Brakatai Hawa Shai, Brakatai Hawa, Brakatai Hawa Shai, Emmanuel, Shalom, Kom Ya Sharala, Kom Ya Sharala.
But get me my first scripture.
Isaiah 30 and 21. And thine ear shall hear a word behind thee, saying, this is the way, walk ye in it.
So our ears have heard a way which behind us, and this ear is an attentive ear and an obedient ear, and it says, walk ye in the way which you have heard. Read on.
Ye walk in it when ye turn to the right hand and when you turn to the left.
So we have to walk in it, whether we turn to the right hand or we turn to the left. We have to walk in this way, and this way is the way of being an Israelite, following the statutes and the commandments of God. It isn't to do certain stupidities, come out here and do as we feel like. It's keeping the commandments of the Lord. That's the right way that we're supposed to live, and that's the way we're supposed to walk. Read on.
Ye shall read on.
Get me Ezra chapter 9 verse 6.
Ezra chapter 9 verse 6. And said, O my God, I am ashamed and blush to lift up my face to thee, my God. For our iniquities are increased over our head, and our trespass is grown up unto the heavens.
So this is Ezra mourning to the Lord, saying, our iniquities have reached to the heavens because we have sinned so much against the Most High, because we took up wives that we weren't supposed to take up, and we defiled our holy seed with an abominable seed.
Since the days of our fathers have we been in a great trespass unto this day.
So even since the days of Moses, we've been in a great trespass, which trespass is great sin until this very day.
And for our iniquities have we, our kings and our priests, been delivered into the hand of the kings of the lands.
And to this day, we're still going from captivity to captivity, and we've been in many kings' hands. We have been through, the Israelites, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, have been through 7 captivities under great oppression. But it's because we didn't follow the commandments of God, and when we don't do that, God doesn't dwell with us, so that other people are bright enough to come and they can overtake what we have. They can tear us down, and they can do certain things. Do you have a precept? Bring out a precept.
Philippians 4 verse 13. I can do all things through Yahushua, which strengthen me.
So we can do all things. That's why we're out here today now, because Amashiach Yahushua has put the Spirit on us to come, who this world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, has put this Spirit on us to come and preach these words unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So we can do all things through Christ, which strengthens us. And Christ will strengthen us if we're being obedient unto him, doing as he says, keeping his feast days, keeping his commandments, and doing what he said for us to do. That means Yahweh Shai will strengthen us, and we won't have to fight any battle, because Yahweh Shai is the one fighting it for us, and we're going to be pulling through on the other side.
That's right.
And we'll be cool. And Chris, continue reading that for me, brother.
To the sword, to captivity, and to a spoil, and to confusion of faces, as it is this day.
So we still are in captivity this day. We're still spoiled because we don't know where we're coming from. The other nations. These other nations can trace their lineages back hundreds to thousands of years, but we're the only nation of people that don't know where we're coming from. We think we're black, we think we're so-called African, we think we're all kinds of names under the sun, rather than our actual nationality, according to the Bible. And these other nations has their actual nationality according to the Bible, but they take on these certain proverbs and bywords upon themselves, like so-called white man and all of this, to confuse us, so that we're confused. Read on.
And now, for a little space, grace hath been shewn from the Lord our God, to leave us a remnant to escape, and to give us a nail in his holy place.
Because even after Israel had transgressed so much, Yahweh was so merciful unto us that he gave a remnant to do his will still. And his remnant is continuing to do his will, and doing it in truth and in sincerity with joy as well. Because this is the truth, and get me John chapter 8 and verse 32.
John 8 and verse 32. The Pharisees, John 8, John 8 and 32. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
So we shall know the truth, and the truth shall make us free. It shall make us free from the way of this world that we're still living under the oppression, because we will know how to treat our brother. Once we know how to treat our brother and love our brother, we'll be in good community. Once we're in good community, then the economic stability will go up, and then we'll continue to be in peace with one another. Everything will go up, social status, everything. So it's imperative for us to know this truth, and this truth ain't a grievous thing. It's the best thing in the world.
That's right.
It's beautiful, this truth. And if anyone says otherwise, they're a liar. Have you finished? Have you gone up to verse 9?
That our God may lighten our eyes and give us a little reviving in our bondage.
So that Yahweh is going to give us a little reviving in our bondage. He's going to give us a little rest from our bondage, because we've been under captivity after captivity, no breaks. But we were under it because we didn't serve the commandments of the Lord, and we went off and did as we felt like. And we can't do that, especially when the Lord has set commandments for us to follow. Read Psalm.
This is Psalms 20 and verse 6. Now know that I, the Lord, saveth his anointed.
So the Lord will save his anointed, just like Ezra said. It was a remnant that he saved. So he's going to save his anointed, and his anointed dwells within Israel. His anointed is Israel. Not the Israeli man over there, but the Israelites. And who are the Israelites? Get me Songs of Solomon 1 and 5. Get me Job 30 and 30. Get me Revelations chapter 1 and verse 13. We're going to show you who the Israelites are. Get me Jeremiah 14 and verse 2. Because people think that the Israelites are the people in the land right now calling themselves Israelis and Jewish people.
Job 30 and verse 30.
Revelations 2 and 9 and 3 and 9.
My skin is black upon me, and my bones are burnt with heat.
So Job even said his skin is black, showing you that there's something wrong in this earth. Because if you really look at it, in the cartoons and in certain things that we show our children, Job is portrayed as a so-called white man or an Edomite, which isn't how it says, because Job said in Job 30 and 30 in the Bible, my skin is black upon me. So surely there's a lie. It's a lie. Wait, a precept.
This is Luke chapter 21 verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
So our sanctuary, which was Jerusalem, is going to be trodden down with the Gentiles, and the Gentiles have even gone into our land now, and they're fooling themselves because everyone thinks that they're the chosen ones. They're the chosen ones. The chosen ones wouldn't commit genocide. The chosen ones wouldn't do unspeakable acts that they're doing down there. They wouldn't be holding festivals for pride and all of this. The chosen ones will be keeping the commandments, showing you that these people aren't who they say they are. They're frauds.
That's right.
I told brothers to get more precepts. Who's got the precepts? Read it.
Revelation chapter 2 verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich.
So the Lord knows our works and poverty and tribulation. He knows the things that we're going through. He knows the tyranny, oppression, and all of these things that we're going through. But we're rich in spirit. And if you think about it, it's the so-called it's a so-called Jewish man and Israeli man going through oppression. Is he going through tribulation? Is he going through all of these things? No, he's not. He's the one that's giving out orders. He's the one that owns the diamond district. He's the one that owns the banks. So how can they be in mourning and tribulation when they're owning everything? Does that make any sense? You bring it a precept. I haven't finished with that. Continue reading.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not.
So he knows the blasphemy of those people, and blasphemy is a lie of those people that say they are Jews but are not. They lie. We're not going to deal with him. We've already dealt with him already.
Songs of Solomon 1 and verse 5.
Bring it out.
I am black but comely.
What did Solomon say?
I am black but comely.
No, I'm white.
I am black but comely.
No, I'm an Arab.
I am black but comely.
Solomon said, I am black and beautiful. That's where we get the saying from, I'm black and beautiful. So how is it that these people portray Solomon to be an Edomite when he's not? There's surely something wrong. He didn't say he was an Arab. He didn't say anything like that. He said he was black. Read Revelations.
It's Revelation chapter 3 and verse 9.
Bring it out.
Behold, I will make them as of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie.
And I want to see any so-called Jewish man come around the scriptures. Revelations 2 and 9 and 3 and 9, saying that they are the real Jews. But God said that there was going to be a certain nation of people that were going to name themselves after us, but fraudulently. And these people are in our land now, and they're lying, saying that they are us, but they are not us. They're of the synagogue of Satan.
Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee.
So these people are going to worship before our feet, because they are the ones that have been doing monstrosities to us from times past. And their biblical name is Amalek.
Precept.
And they're the ones in our land right now.
Jeremiah 14 and verse 2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish.
So Judah is in mourning, and the gates thereof are broken down. Is the Jewish man mourning? No. And is his gates in languish? No. His gates are nice, big and pretty. Read on.
They are black unto the ground.
They are what?
They are black unto the ground.
Showing you that these people are frauds. They're not real. They're not the original Hebrew Israelites. They don't even call themselves Hebrew Israelites. They call themselves Jewish, and the ISH on the end of ish means pertaining to be. Continue reading.
And the cry of Jerusalem is gone up.
And they're not in crying. It's only we are in mourning, in captivity, and we're crying right now. Bring out your precept. And then bring out your precept.
Psalms 14 verse 1. The fool have said in his heart, there is no Yahweh. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that doeth good.
So the fool has said in his mind that there is no God, and that fool is a foolish man. Because do you think the world was created by a big bang? No, it was created by Yahweh, who this world ignorantly calls God. By him just speaking, and everything came into existence and fruition. So get around that scripture. You can't, because you're a fool if you think that there's no God. Who had another precept?
This is book of Psalms, chapter 50 and verse 16. But unto the wicked, Yahweh says, what hast thou hast to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth?
So Yahweh said to the wicked, what has that got to do with this Bible? Why have you taken up the Bible? Because the people that are not of our nation, of the so-called blacks, Hispanics and Native Americans, they don't have anything to do with the Bible. They have their judgment in there, but they don't have anything to do with the Bible. So I don't get why salvation is now for everyone. Salvation, get me Acts chapter 2 and verse 21. Anyway, we're gonna continue on because we've already dealt with this man already, and we've already put him in this place. So we ain't gonna business.
That's right.
So this
Acts 2 and verse 21.
Bring it out.
And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved.
read it.
Ye men of Israel.
Ye men of who?
Ye men of Israel.
You men of who?
Ye men of Israel.
Nah, you men of everybody.
Ye men of Israel.
So
hear these words.
So when did everybody start coming and pushing up themselves in this thing? It can't be right. Something's wrong. Because that scripture says ye men of Israel. And the Israelites consist of the blacks, Hispanics and Native Americans.
That's right.
And we've proven that. Who's got a precept? Bring out your precept and then bring out your other precept.
This is the book of John 4 and verse 22.
Bring it out.
Ye worship, ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews.
Salvation is of the Jews. So these people, you don't know what you worship. We know what we worship, and salvation is of the Jews. It's not for everybody. And we've already established this already. But people have a thick skull and they don't understand. So we have to continue to chisel it into their brain. We have to continue to bring out these words to teach onto our people.
That's right.
Bring out your next precepts, brothers.
Isaiah chapter 45 verse 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end.
But Israel shall be saved with an everlasting salvation. Not everybody, but Israel is going to be saved with an everlasting salvation.
Praise
And then when we get that salvation, it's going to be a world without end. A world that no one can come and give us orders. We'll be giving out the orders. We'll be saying, you can't keep birthdays, you can't keep Christmas, you can't do that. Because it's in righteousness with Yahweh.
That's right.
And Yahweh did not permit us to do birthdays, Christmas, all of this folly that these people keep today.
That's right.
Brother had a precept, then bring out your precept and then bring out yours.
It's book of Psalms 147 and verse 19. He showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and judgment unto Israel. He had not dealt so with any nation, and for his judgment they have not known them.
So no, the Arab man don't know God's judgments.
That's right.
The so-called Edomites don't know God's judgments yet, because these people have not been under it. We have been under it, and he said that he shows his statutes unto Jacob and his commandments. So what? Who is Jacob? That's the question. Jacob is Israel, and yes I am, and they are the 12 tribes of Israel.
That's right.
And the 12 tribes of Israel are the ones who are going to rule the world.
Joel 2 and 27. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord your God, and none else, and my people shall never be ashamed.
That's
And he's going to be the Lord our God in Joel 2 and 27, and he's going to dwell with us in Israel. Also, someone get me Amos 3 and verse 1. Because he dwells within Israel, and he's going to continue to dwell within Israel.
This is Isaiah 27 and verse 6. He shall cause them that come of Jacob to take root. Israel shall blossom and bud and fill the face of the world with fruit.
So again, it's talking about Jacob and Israel. It's showing you that Jacob, Israel, is going to be the ones ruling the earth.
That's right.
We ain't going to be taking orders no more. We've taken orders for centuries.
Bring it out.
But it's because we've been disobedient why we've taken it. But now we're coming back to our true nationality. We ain't going to be taking orders from no one. We're going to be the ones setting out the rules of righteousness, which I've already said.
Amos 3 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel,
Spoken against us, the children of Israel.
against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
And that's why we're in the state that we're in today. Because the Lord only knows us, therefore certain things are required of us. Get me Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But because we didn't follow after what he said, we're now under his judgment. And his judgment isn't a nice judgment. Read out your precept.
This is the book of James 1 and verse 1. James, a servant of Yahweh and the Lord Yahushai, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. Greeting.
So James was a servant of Yahweh. James was a servant of Yahweh. Stupid issue. Anyway, James was a servant of Yahweh, and he was sent out into the four corners of the earth because Israel has been scattered abroad. Israel isn't just in one place. We have been the ones that have been scattered from city to city, north to west, north to south, west to east. You gotta
Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
And that's what we're under now. Because we didn't listen to the commandments of God, we're under curses and we're under oppression every single day. That's why we're out here to break the oppression, to break the yoke of what we're under, so that we can finally rise up to our biblical nationality and to show people that they're better than so-called black people, which we've been living under for so long. African American, black British, these are all proverbs and bywords that have been given to us by the oppressor.
That's right.
Because the oppressor knows who we are, but he doesn't want to give us back our nationality. Get me Micah chapter 2 and verse 1.
Isaiah 44 verse 1. Yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen.
Israel, who he has chosen. So it says that Jacob is his servant and Israel, who he has chosen. So I don't know when these 17 other nations came and pushed up themselves in our thing. Because the Lord continues to reiterate, Jacob, 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 Jacob. So where does the other nations come in? You've got microphone.
This is Micah 2 and verse 1. Bring it down! Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
So it says destruction to them that have their Cobra meetings, that have their NATO meetings, their UN meetings, and devise iniquities upon their bed late at night, 5 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. They're all up planning evil against the Israelites.
When the morning is light, they practice it.
So when the day is bright, when the day comes forth,
remember,
you are a pagan because you're stupid. Don't come and stupid ass man come and dumbass. You don't even know what you're doing. You're coming out here in a stupid jacket. I don't even know what you're doing with a stupid whiteboard doing fudge all. Continue.
Because it is in the power of their hand.
Because it's in the power of their hand, they come and devise iniquity and work it upon their beds. Because these people have it in the power of their hands, because they're in government right now and they have the power. But soon that will come down. Bring out your precept.
Isaiah 5 and chapter verse 13. Therefore my people are gone into captivity, because they have no knowledge, and their honorable men are famished, and their multitude dried up with thirst. Therefore hell hath enlarged herself and opened her mouth without measure, and their glory and their multitude and their pomp, and he that rejoiceth shall descend into it.
So we've been into captivity because we didn't live up to the commandments which our forefathers had.
Precept.
We didn't follow after them. So we were delivered into captivity, and the heads that we have now, the wicked pastors in the church, are feeding us nothing but lies. Get me Ezekiel chapter 34 and verse 1 and read down. You got, yeah, I want that, but bring out your precept.
Hosea 4 and verse 6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
So, yeah, read on.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou should be no priest to me. Seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of Yahweh, I will also forget thy children.
Because we have been from oppression to oppression, slavery through slavery, we've forgotten ourselves. So now we think we're so-called black people. And now God has forgotten our children because of this. And that's why we're under oppression as it is today. And we have no knowledge of where we are. That's why we're still out here celebrating birthday parties, doing all kinds of madness and wickedness that the Lord doesn't permit. But everyone thinks it's fine. It's only going to be fine for a time.
That's right.
Micah chapter 2 verse 2. And they covet fields and take them by violence.
So who's the person that has colonized most of the earth? Who's the person that has colonized Haiti? Who's the person that's colonized America especially? Because our brothers and sisters were in America. And what did Christopher Columbus do? He came and murdered, massacred. It was terrible what he did. Terrible. And they're supposed to go away scotch-free. Read on.
And houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his They oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
And that's why we don't know where we're going and where we're coming from. Because this nation of people has oppressed us so much that we don't know who we are. And we have followed after proverbs and bywords, which have no correlation to us.
That's right.
This is Job 21 and verse 7. Wherefore do the wicked live, become old, yea, are mighty in power. Their seed is established in their sight with them, and their offspring before their eyes. Their houses are safe from fear, neither the rod of God is upon them.
See, so our people, these people, the so-called, the Edomites, the Arab man, the Moabites, the Ammonites, they're not under God's rod of correction. Because if they were, they would have gone through captivity with us.
That's right.
But they didn't. So they haven't got anything to do with us. That's why it says in Psalms 50 and verse 16, what are you doing picking up my Bible and reading? Because it doesn't have anything to do with you.
That's right.
Jeremiah 17 and verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not.
So it was prophesied that we were going to discontinue from our heritage. The rich vein of glory is our heritage. Being an Israelite, it was our heritage. But now we've gone off and we've gone and took up man's philosophy, and we've gone on work with it. Alright, cool. Get me Deuteronomy. Get me Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15. Get me.
Because that means we've got more young people that will listen. That's what I'm saying. They're not going to listen to your generation. You know why? Because it's not coming from the younger generation. So only possible, in order to make things happen, you've got to make the bridges of the bridges. So where the ages connect. So where you connect at your bridge, then it's going to connect to the other people. Where possible, just like me and you are in the same age group. Because I'm in my 40s, and I know he's somewhere in his 40s. You know what I'm trying to say? So, you know what I'm saying? I might not look like I'm in my 40s, but I am in my 40s.
Black don't cry. But
Deuteronomy.
God set it up so that the youngest can teach the younger generation and so forth. But we still need to listen to our elders too.
Yeah, most definitely. But what I'm trying to say, in order for it to get across to your generation, it's got to
Come through us. But still. But yeah, we're going to bring out the word of God, and we're going to show you who you are according to the Bible, right?
Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments.
So, in other words, if we don't listen to the words of God and to do his commandments which he had set for us to do, what would happen?
And his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
And is curse a good thing or a bad thing? So God was saying, if you don't follow after what I say, just like how your father would tell you, if you don't clean up your room today, I'm going to beat you and I'm going to put you under punishment. God said curses are going to come upon us if we disobey his words. Read some of the curses.
Cursed shall thou be in the city.
So cursed are we going to be in the city? When we go into a shop, the security guard is following us, even of our own people, is following us all around the shop to see if we're going to buy anything or if we're going to steal. And how can we be the stealers when we created everything and we've got things stolen from us?
That's right.
Read on.
Cursed shall thou be in the field.
Cursed are we going to be in the field because we're cursed in the fields when we're under slavery. Drop down to 32.
Deuteronomy 28 and 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in our hand.
And what does that sound like when our sons and our daughters were taken away from us? What does that sound like? Does it jog your memory back to any historical events? Read it again.
Deuteronomy 28 and 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
What you're basically saying is what social service do to certain kinds of people.
Yeah, presently, but
And even
predominantly,
people that ain't done nothing, they're still trying to do that.
predominantly, it's talking about slavery, because wasn't our children taken away from us, shipped from the east coast of America all the way to the west coast? Didn't happen.
But there was some of them, yeah.
Exact majority of them, because we didn't see our mothers and fathers. Our mothers and fathers was the ones still doing slave work for nothing, and the sons and daughters were the ones that were being shipped and sold.
And they used to give young slaves as Christmas presents to other slave masters. They used to take youngsters from their parents and give them to another plantation as a present. Christmas presents, birthday presents, things like that. Yeah, it's all in history. You can look it up.
So that's what they did to us in slavery. Children taken away from their fathers and mothers.
Deuteronomy 28 and verse